Hello students, today the topic of discussion is RBC indices or erythrocyte indices. So what are these indices called? Actually, they are pertaining to three different factors. One is hemoglobin concentration, hematocrit and RBC count. So you require all these three factors to calculate RBC indices. Okay, so now let's see what are the RBC indices. First is mean corpuscular volume, that is MCV. Okay, so what is MCV? MCV is nothing but the mean volume of a single cell, a particular RBC, a single RBC. Okay, and it is usually represented as cubic microns or femtoliter. Okay, so how will you calculate MCV? MCV is mean corpuscular volume, right? So that is PCV divided by RBCs, okay, into 10. That is how you will calculate MCV. Okay, and the unit of expression is femtoliter. Okay, what is the normal MCV? Anywhere ranging between 80 to 100. Why is MCV important? MCV is important to identify, to differentiate the type of anemia. Okay, so as we know that in iron deficiency anemia, MCV will be low, right? So it will be less than 80. So why? So there you will get small RBCs, that is microcytic RBCs. And in cases of megaloblastic anemia, MCV is elevated, you will have large RBCs there. Okay, so that's how MCV will help you in diagnosis. Okay, so this is the normal values. So when it is less than 80, it is microcytic. More than 100, you can label it as macrocytic anemia. Okay, next one is mean corpuscular hemoglobin. Okay, so that will tell you the amount of hemoglobin, or the amount or the weight of hemoglobin present in a single RBC. It is usually expressed as picogram. So here also you require hemoglobin and RBCs. Okay, so how will you calculate MCH? It is with the help of a formula, hemoglobin divided by RBCs into 10. Okay, that is, what was MCV? MCV was PCV divided by RBCs. So MCH is hemoglobin. You are detecting what? You are detecting the hemoglobin, right? So hemoglobin divided by the RBCs into 10, and it is expressed as picogram. Okay, what is the normal value? Anywhere ranging between 27 to 32 picograms. Okay, when the value is increased, it is called as, that is beyond 32, it is called as hyperchromia. Basically, it is indicating the amount of hemoglobin present in a particular RBC. If it is reduced, it is hypochromia. Okay, so in cases of iron deficiency anemia or microcytic hypochromic anemia, you will have reduced MCV, you will have reduced MCH also. Okay, so now you're getting an idea why these indices are helpful, right? Let's see what is the next indices. MCHC. What is MCHC? Again, it is indicating the mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration. How much of hemoglobin is concentrated in a particular RBC. The other one was weight. This is the amount of hemoglobin in 100 ml of RBC. Okay, that one was single RBC. Here you're getting 100 ml of RBC. So here the formula is similar. It is percentage. Why? Because you are detecting in 100 ml of RBC. So here again you are detecting hemoglobin concentration. So formula will be hemoglobin divided by PCV. Okay, divided by PCV into RBCs. The other two was divided by RBC count. Here you are detecting dividing it by PCV count. Okay, into 100. That's why the unit of expression is percentage. Okay, now what is the normal MCHC? Ranging between 32 to 36 percentage. So MCHC is usually decreased in hypochromic anemia, as we know earlier. That is in case of iron deficiency anemia, you know that MCV is reduced, MCH is reduced, and MCHC also is reduced. Okay, certain conditions where MCHC is increased is spherocytosis. That is, spherocytosis are spherical RBCs with increased hemoglobin concentration. Hemoglobin concentration is definitely more. Okay, so that is another thing. Now there is another index also called as RDW. What is RDW? Is the red cell distribution width. Okay, this RDW is very important. Actually, I think it has not been included in this slide. So it is detecting. What is it helpful for? Basically, it tells you the degree of anisopoikilocytosis. What is anisopoikilocytosis? Variation in the size and shape of the RBC. Okay, so taking an example. Okay, you imagine an example of iron deficiency anemia. As we said, in iron deficiency anemia, you will have varied sizes and shapes of the RBCs, right? What are the other cells you will find? You will find pencil shaped cells, you will find cigar shaped cells, microcytes, right? All these things are causing a variation in the size of the RBC and shape of the RBC. So thereby RDW will be elevated. So that all these things are important, okay, to help you in diagnosis of a particular anemia. Suppose the patient is not having manifestations, but hemoglobin is low, but all these parameters are definitely low. That is adding on to your diagnosis. Okay. Next, the last one is color index. What is color index? This was an old method. It is not being used now. Basically, you're detecting the average amount of hemoglobin in an RBC and comparing it with the normal. Okay, so how do you how do you detect a color index? It is by the hemoglobin divided by RBCs. Okay, that is the color index. It has not been used now. Earlier it was used. What is the normal value? It is 0.85 to 1.15 is the normal color index. Okay, so basically all these parameters you require to aid in your diagnosis. Okay, this is not much of important for you. This is RDW. This is what I was talking about, RDW. Okay, so what is it? Is basically a measure of, or the degree, it measures the degree of anisocytosis. Okay, so wherein in different causes it has two variations. It is either expressed as coefficient of variation or in form of standard deviation. Okay, these are the two forms where RDW is expressed. What is the normal value? For coefficient of variation, normal value ranges between 11.5 to 14.5. We ideally take the coefficient of variation. Okay, and standard deviation, it is 30 to 50 femtoliters. In iron deficiency anemia, we know that RDW will be more. Okay, in cases of thalassemia, RDW will be normal. Okay, that is how you differentiate between the two. RDW is also helpful in cases to see whether the patient is responding to treatment. Okay, so if the patient is responding to treatment, RDW is the first thing that will come up. Okay, that means it will turn into normal, right? So here, how do you differentiate iron deficiency anemia and thalassemia? In thalassemia, RDW will be normal. In iron deficiency anemia, RDW will be increased. Okay, right. So basically now we are doing automated methods, right? Automated. Why we are using automation? Because it is more rapid, it is more precise, and even you can do n number of tests simultaneously can be done. Okay, fine. So that finishes RBC indices. RBC indices is a very important for you. Why? That is helpful in diagnosis. Okay, even when you guys become clinicians, or anywhere you go, you will have to interpret, invariably in your life you will have to interpret a CBC report. So these are the parameters that will help you in giving you a clue in the diagnosis. So you should keep all these things in mind. Okay, thank you.